Hello everyone! Today we'll be working with the circle skirts. We've already made the half circle skirt, quarter circle skirt, and flared skirt with the closed tucks. Today I'll tell and show you how to make circle skirts. I'm talking about the skirts, but you should understand that it can be a part of a dress. Make any bodice you want and then add the skirt. I'm showing you very useful designs. Today I'll show you how to make a circle skirt. If you want me to show how to make 2 and 3 circle skirts, write the comments. I used the other dummy today, so the measurements are different. Its waist is 68 centimeters. As I've already told you, the half circle and quarter circle skirts don't require any measurements. You can make a circle skirt the same way, but it's better not to. So I divide 68 by 2 numbers pi. 6.28. That's how I find the circle radius. 10.8. I need this radius to make such waist. You can find the waist of any figure using this formula. We need just 2 measurements, the waist and the length of the item. I've already made the short skirt, so today I'll make a longer one, about 80 centimeters long, for you to understand how to work with them. So my 2 measurements are the waist, 68 centimeters, and the length, 80 centimeters. From now on, we'll work not with the waist, but with the circle radius, 10.8 centimeters. I'll take 11. What do we need? It's generally accepted that the circle skirt requires 4 lengths of fabric. Of course, if the skirt is short, you need less. No one can tell you how much you need for this or that item. I'll show you the technique, and I want you to learn how to measure the fabric. After a couple of times, you won't have any problems with measurements. Here's the edge. I measure the length from it. This is the length of the skirt. 80 centimeters. I sign it. Now I measure 11 centimeters, the circle radius, from this point. I've measured 1 length and 1 radius. So this is the center of a circle. Be very attentive. Now I fold the fabric in half from the center. I'm using the cotton, so it will be very easy for me to cut the 2 layers. But some fabrics do not allow doing that. In this case, you'll need to draw the both layers and cut them one by one. This point marks the length, 80 centimeters, and this one radius. This piece is 11 centimeters long. Be very attentive. I make beam-like moves and put the marks. The more marks you make, the easier it will be to cut. I usually make just 3 marks. I can teach you to work by sight. Here I have a perfect quarter of a circle. I'll cut the 2 layers at once, so I'll get the half of the waist. What do we do next? The length of the item is 80 centimeters. So now I make the beam-like moves and draw a new line. Those who don't have much of an experience should put more marks. Watch how I learn and work from me. 80 here. 80 here. You shouldn't use the marker pen for drawing. 80 centimeters here. Nowadays, it exists special marker pens for drawing on fabrics. Now we can start cutting. I've cut out this piece. The circle radius here is 11 centimeters. If I fold it in half, it will still be even. You can see it. Now I can cut another line. I've found the circle radius, drawn the lines, and now I cut the skirt out. You can see that one half of the skirt is ready. This is the half of the circle skirt. It gives much more folds, so it looks absolutely different. Imagine how a two-circle skirt would look like. What is good about working with cotton is that I don't need to draw anything else. I'll cut the second piece out according to this one. When making a chiffon or silk skirt, you need to draw the other half as well. I need to find the fold, so I measure the length and the radius again. The length is 80 centimeters. The radius is 11 centimeters. This is the center of a circle. I've marked the length and the radius. Now I put the second half on the first one, and look at what I got. All the lines are equal, so I just need to cut the extra pieces. Be very attentive. This is the bias part. It will sag. I always recommend to cut 1 centimeter off this part. You can see that I've cut 1 centimeter off the both layers and then return to the line I have. My profession requires being handy. If I say that you need 4 lengths of fabric for the circle skirt, but you make a shorter one and still have a lot of fabric left, you'll say that I've made you waste a lot of money. Always try to think out the length and the design of a skirt in advance. Like in any other skirt, attack one seam till the end and leave an opening for a zipper in the other one. I want you to learn something by heart. Don't ever use stretching fabrics for any kinds of the circle skirts. Stretching fabrics sag, so the sides won't be equal and the bottom will be wavy. When I finish tacking, I'll put a skirt on a dummy. Be very careful when working with the stretching fabrics. I don't like them. Nowadays you can find the fabrics which stretch in all directions, silk for example. Be very careful with such fabrics. I put a skirt on this lady. Her waist is 68 centimeters. Have a look at the skirt. Have a look at the skirt. You can see that the folds are even. If I raise the other side too, you'll see the half of a circle. People often ask how to straighten the bottom of the skirts. You can do it only when the side seams are ready. Process the seams with an overlock, iron them, stitch, sew in the zipper. Only when the side seams are ready, preferably when they are even stitched to the waistband, you can straighten the bottom. Don't try to do it at this moment. It's better to do it on a body. A person should put a skirt on so that you can measure from the floor, put in the marks, the pins, and so on. It's not easy to straighten the bottom of a circle skirt. I am telling you once again that it can be done only when the side seams are ready. Such skirt can be made of wool fabric for winter, of checked fabric, fabric with decorations, it can be light, and so on. Make any skirts you want, with or without lining. I don't accept the skirts without lining though. I will definitely add the lining to this one. That's all for today. My name is Paukšte Irina. Subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.